exactly what was going on behind the scenes as he was pulled out of the game, because Shedeur was not happy to be pulled out of the game, and Tyler Huntley came in. Guys, let's check out what Kevin Stefanski had to say. Roll the footage.
The entire Browns offense, but like, why didn't you keep him in for 2-minute drill?
Yeah, obviously we didn't play great as an offense in the second half. That's never on one person. So we can be we can be better in a bunch of areas. And just felt like we wanted to give Snoop a last try.
What you're about to watch will completely shift everything you thought you knew about Shedeur Sanders and his dynamic with Kevin Stefanski. When the Browns coach decided to pull the rookie quarterback for Tyler Huntley in the final drive against the Rams, Sanders didn't just step aside quietly. Before we dive deeper, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of this unfolding QB drama. He walked straight up to Stefanski on the sideline and said something that made the veteran coach shake his head in disbelief. The cameras caught the whole exchange, and what followed has the entire NFL world buzzing. But here's the surprise nobody expected. This wasn't a meltdown at all. It turned into the exact moment that showed why Shedeur Sanders is unlike any other rookie quarterback in this league.
Walked up to you after taking his walk down to the pylon, and then he walked back up to you on the sidelines before Snoop went in, and he said something to you. You shook your head. I mean, was he trying to get back?
He's a competitive kid. The plan was to go with Snoop there, so but I wouldn't make any more.
Kevin, how would you analyze the way Dylan Gabriel played?
Yeah, again, it's you talk about the quarterback position. It's really about all 10 around that player and how he's playing. So I thought
I've been covering football for years, and I've seen plenty of rookie quarterbacks get benched. Most sulk, some throw tantrums, others just accept their fate. What Shedeur Sanders did on that sideline against the Rams, though, was completely different. And Kevin Stefanski's reaction tells you everything about what kind of competitor they have in Cleveland. Let me walk you through what actually went down in that preseason finale. The Browns were struggling on offense in the second half. Classic preseason issues, right? Third and fourth string linemen, receivers running wrong routes, timing off everywhere. Shedeur kept battling, trying to create plays with backups who frankly weren't on his level. But then came that dreaded moment, the coach signaling for the next man up. Here's where it got interesting. Instead of jogging off like most rookies, Sanders took what reporters described as a walk down the pylon. Think about that. He didn't storm off, didn't slam his helmet, didn't embarrass his coach in front of 70,000 people. He paused, collected himself, and then walked straight back to Kevin Stefanski on the sideline. Imagine the courage that takes. This is a rookie supposed to stay quiet, take his lumps, and learn from veterans. But Shedeur Sanders had something to say to one of the NFL's most respected coaches. Reporters caught every second and even asked Stefanski about it later. He walked up before Snoop went in and said something. You shook your head. Was he trying to get back in? And here's where Stefanski showed why he's considered one of the classiest coaches in football. Instead of criticizing his rookie or blowing it up, his response was perfect.
He's a competitive kid. The plan was to go with Snoop there, so but I wouldn't make any more.
Kevin, how would you analyze the way Dylan Gabriel played?
Yeah, again, it's you talk about the quarterback position. It's really about all 10 around that player and how he's playing. So I thought he made some good decisions, made some good throws. I know there's plays that he wants back, but as a group, we have plenty to clean up.
There's another play team miss. Do you think you have a difficult decision at kicker?
Now let's read between the lines, because that's where the real story lies. Stefanski could have said Sanders was out of line, that rookies must respect the game plan, that football has a hierarchy. But he chose just two words: competitive kid. In NFL terms, when a coach calls you competitive after challenging his decision, that's not an insult, it's respect. That's Stefanski telling the media and the organization, this rookie has the fire they want in a franchise quarterback. Context matters here. This wasn't just any preseason game. This was the final audition before roster cuts. Every player on that field was fighting for their professional life. The pressure was insane. The stakes couldn't be higher. and most rookies would just be grateful for snaps. But not Shedeur. When he thought the game was still winnable, when he believed he could lead a comeback drive, he didn't just accept the decision, he made his case. That's the mindset of a championship quarterback. Now, consider what this means for the Browns quarterback room. Coming in, the depth chart seems set. Joe Flacco as veteran starter, Kenny Pickett as the backup when healthy, then the rookies battling for position. Dillon Gabriel was supposed to play in the second quarter, Shedeur in the third, each with a chance alongside deeper roster players. But here's what fans often miss. When working with third and fourth stringers, it's not about stats. It's about leadership, about creating something out of nothing, about proving you can elevate those around you. That's why Shedeur's response mattered. He wasn't worried about numbers or optics. He was frustrated because he knew he could deliver, because that competitive fire burned inside him. Shedeur missed last week with an oblique injury, but returned to practice saying he felt good and ready to execute with no excuses. He said whenever the pressure is on and the lights shine, he knows what kind of player he is and is ready to prove it. Kevin Stefanski recognized that immediately. You could hear it in his press conference. He respected it, acknowledging this rookie isn't just going through motions. When pressed about Sanders' flaws, Stefanski said, "With all our players, there are things to improve, but also good moments. That's our job, to develop." Notice he didn't single Sanders out. That's coach speak for this kid has potential and will refine it. And here's what excites Cleveland. NFL Network's Bridget Condon reported Sanders told coaches, he knows who he is when the lights come on. That's not rookie talk, that's belief. After that sideline moment, it's clear that confidence isn't just words. Some might say he's just a rookie, he should respect veterans, pay his dues. Sure, that's tradition. But Sanders isn't a typical rookie. He's been in the spotlight since high school, faced pressure and criticism that breaks most players. His sideline moment wasn't disrespect. It was the same competitive drive that's fueled him at every level. And Stefanski understood. He could have benched him longer, could have made an example. Instead, he let it go, acknowledged the fire, and moved forward. That shows how the Browns view their rookie. They don't want to crush his spirit. They want that fire, and timing matters. Joe Flacco is 40, a short-term fix. Kenny Pickett struggles with injuries. Dillon Gabriel has talent but needs development. Meanwhile, Sanders has the tools, confidence, and fire you can't teach. His challenge to Stefanski wasn't about meaningless snaps. It was proof he refuses to accept mediocrity. And the best part? His teammates backed him. No reports of veterans angry or thinking he crossed a line. That means respect. They saw that killer instinct. The media tried to stir controversy, painting it as drama, but Stefanski shut it down. He protected Sanders while praising his spirit. Looking ahead, this moment might be bigger than anyone realizes. Because when Flacco struggles, when Pickett's injuries linger, when the Browns need someone to step up, they'll remember this. They'll remember the rookie who refused to accept being pulled. That's championship DNA. That's the mindset that wins games. Shedeur Sanders proved who he is, and Stefanski showed he's ready to embrace that. The only question isn't about Sanders' talent. We've seen it. The question was about his mentality, toughness, and competitive fire. And after that sideline exchange, we have our answer. So what do you think? Was Shedeur Sanders out of line for challenging his coach? Or was this the kind of competitive fire that shows he's ready for the next level? And more importantly, what does Stefanski's response reveal about how the Browns truly view their rookie quarterback? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. We'll be following this story all season. Trust me, this is only the beginning of the Shedeur Sanders era in Cleveland. So don't skip a single second of this video. And if this story touches your heart, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments. Where are you watching from? Let's begin.